Oh, damn. Huh. I'm gonna read all these again. So we have 4 different translations now of the Harley text. We have the One Piece scan version. We have the TCB updated version. We have the Viz Media version, the official version. And then we have the Library of Ohara Otters version that he did, okay? So there are literally 4 different translations of this mural. And you said, who said in chat earlier, oh, leave the mural alone? Why would we leave the mural alone when the mural got updated? Why? Why on earth would we ever do that? Why? You crazy? Yeah. Mufasa. Yeah, bro, what are you talking about? Out of pocket. So, part two. Okay. Beef squash? What beef? We really only got to the certain parts of book 2, and then we kind of jumped ahead a little bit to the end of book 3 for a quote. The end of the third world, or I guess world 3, the end of the third world could mean Luffy finding the One Piece treasure, thereby Sun God and Forbidden Sun reunite, or it could mean the convergence of the all oceans, since at the end of the first world and second world split the world, so this would mean all blue, basically. So we got to a lot. But we're not done. Okay, I think we touched on, we talked about the gears before, but not necessarily a lot about the gears. We didn't talk about all the gear stuff. We got to the stars, we got to the snake, we got to the buildings, we got to the Arc Maxim thing. I think is the indication of them being able to fly. We got to the chicken. Frankie, we never really got to. We got to the tree in a sense as well. There's a lot to get to. Is Judge still Yonko level? Always has been. Now, Mr. My Dono, MBRB Gaming. Mr. My Dono in chapter, I'll say it here, on the mural at the bottom left, could be a black ship that has the man with the burned scar in the last poneglyph in the mural on the bottom left. You mean for World 1 or World 2? The only ship here in the bottom left for mural and the entire picture is the ship that is anti the coalition, which is the 20 nations. And then the ship over here would be the world is Noah. In the mural, that's the only ship that's all black in the chapter pick. In the mural, that is the only. This ship? So you think that this is actually associated with the man that burned scar in some way? Okay, I think I saw. Okay, so basically, there's a ship called the Black. Oh. Okay, there's a ship that's all black that's referred to by City of the Rain. We call it the Black Pearl. This is the only ship that's actually all black in the entire mural. Let me see here. Arc Maxim is white. Noah is white. Ships of various kinds. That's the only. That is actually an all black. Okay. That's something we can note too, for sure. This would be then this ship right here. This ship. Okay, so let me do this because I do want to read I do want to read all the translations for you guys. So I want to read. Oh my god, dude! All right, so trash. Okay, this. And okay, that's how we gotta do. I'm gonna take you, move you here a little bit, make some space. I'm gonna take you, move you over here, make some more space over here. In, okay, so we have in, Stop. In the original image, this ship is all black. That could be it could be a hint of the ship Shiryu was talking about, the Black Pearl. And therefore, the man with the stock in my way, the man with the burn scar. Okay, so that's something too important. Okay, we'll note that. We'll note that for sure. I said in the dono, it could be the ship above the samurai. I said in the dono, could the ship above the samurai be Buccaneers? Maybe. The problem is that it feels like this person has a ponytail. So, and I think it'd be more something with Alabasta. Not too sure exactly about that. So this could be Alabasta. They had a similar symbol that I think they were waving flags for when the Alabastian royalty were going to Reverie. So you could argue that maybe it's Alabastians instead of the Buccaneers. Though, because I feel like if they're Buccaneers, they'd have bigger builds, right? When you have the samurai are normally taller than the Alabastians because the samurai are like Kinemon is maybe like 8 foot, 9 foot tall. They're all on average like the size of Brook. They're all very tall people. And I feel like Oda is drawing a lot of these things, not to scale, but that indicate the races based on their build. So I feel like if they're Buccaneers, would be bigger, you know? Because the giants are bigger. Well, the ancient giants are bigger. These could be giants or Buccaneers, maybe. They're bigger. Mermaids, like the Shirahoshi mermaid's pretty big, right? So that's Shirahoshi mermaid. That's a meth. That's some sort of, maybe Inuyasha Nekomamushi style, mink. So if they're regular human size, I wouldn't say they're Buccaneers. That's what I would say, personally. The guy with the long arm on the mural is likely a long arm tribe member. Who has the long arms? I mean, a lot of folks have long arms. This entity has long arms. This was probably a giant or a Buccaneer. I don't see a person that has distinctly long arms. Or double jointed arms, I should say. Make sure, bro, check your One Piece extended discussion, the mural part 1 live via YouTube video comment. Listen, I'm not going through those comments right now. Maybe in the future, but I'm not doing that right now. Okay, right now I'm focusing on what we have here. All right, sometimes I do the comments, but I do it on my own time. But I don't do that right now, especially not right now. All right, because I need to focus on other stuff. Another stuff before I continue on. Again, no offense, it is what it is. Time is a wasting, and I don't want to spend too much time with other. I think that's part of the reason why maybe we also got delayed a little bit last stream because we were focusing on other shit before we even got to the mural. So, like, oh, you have to read this translation or that translation, and then there's some fucking dude online that did this, and I'm like, yo, and then Morge did this. I'm like, yo, hold on. Chicle, por favor, okay? Easy. I'm going to do this, all right? This is because I did this more for me than I did for people on Twitter. But folks on Twitter, I can appreciate it too. So here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to do One Piece scans. I'm going to read every fucking translation that I'm going to base this off of, right? I'm going to read this for you guys, my NA reading, so you're going to enjoy it. And then after that, we're going to dive headfirst with what we now know. So here is the One Piece. So let's go from top to bottom. Here is the One Piece scan version of all 3 worlds, okay? The first world. There was fire upon the earth. Humanity succumbed to desire and touched the forbidden sun. Is there a hair in my mouth? Am I tripping? Hold on. Okay. All right. Restart. The first world. There was fire upon the earth. Humanity succumbed to desire and touched the forbidden sun. The slaves made a wish, and the god of the sun appeared, but the god of the earth became enraged. And alongside the serpent of hell enveloped the world in death and darkness. They could never meet again. Second world. There was breath upon the emptiness. The god of the forest sent forth demons. The sun merely spread the embers of war. The people of the half moon dreamed. People of the moon dreamed. Humanity killed the sun and then ascended to divinity. The god of the sea became enraged. They could never meet again. Third world. There was a void upon the chaos. The forbidden shadows remembered the day of promise, and they hear the voice of the fragmented moon. The god of the sun dances and laughs, guiding the world to its end. The sun will return, and a new dawn will come. They will surely meet again. That is the One Piece Scans version. Now, the TCB updated version is this: the first world. The earth is engulfed in flame, and the hearts of men burn with desire. They reach for the forbidden star. From worship prayers, the sun god rose, beckoned by the enslaved. The god of the land was enraged with the serpent of fire. They cast the world into ruin. Darkness fell, death reigned. They could not meet again. Second world. A breath stirred in the abyss. The god of the forest summoned its devils, while the sun lit the embers of war. Those of the half and full moons dreamed. Yet, see, like in the TCB version, they actually don't separate the lines there, but either way. Yet, the ones who slew the sun deified themselves, invoking the wrath of the sea god. They will not meet again. Third world. Chaos reigns, the world drifts into a void. Yet time does not erase the memory of the promised day. Its shadow looms as the voice of the half moon echoes through the ages, and once more the sun shall rise, laughing, dancing, guiding the world to its final act. The sun is reborn. A new dawn will break. Surely this time they will meet. So those are the ones we know so far. And now let's get to the new ones. This is the Viz Media version that just came out yesterday. The first world. Within the earth, there was fire. So right there, they say within the earth, right? In this one, they say the earth was engulfed in flame. The earth, there was fire upon the earth. But in the Viz Media version, they say within the earth, inside the earth, there was fire. That's a bit different. That's a bit special. All right? Because now it feels like it involves, like the actual core of the planet in some way, which may involve Isensphere, Hollow Earth shit. Exactly. Well, that's you want to take things very literally, right? So, within the earth, there was fire. Mankind succumbed to greed and touched the forbidden sun. So you get that sense too in the previous ones. The enslaved prayed, and the sun god appeared. The earth god raged, and with its serpent of hellfire shrouded the world in death and darkness, and they will never meet. So there's a particular, you could argue, notation of hellfire, which then does coincide with the next part's devils. You can argue that. So let's say, for example, what we see on the black fire that we see with the elders, and let's say with Shamrock and near Gunko, you can argue that's like maybe hellfire, right? Potentially. Maybe that's Zoro shit. Maybe what Zoro has is hellfire, those green embers. Maybe that's hellfire, right? But either way. So you could argue that there's more notation to underworld hell stuff in the Viz Media transition in the first world compared to the previous versions where they don't necessarily mention anything that's, let's say, supernatural demon-like, you could argue. Again, if you take it at face value. So, I mean, well, to be fair, Serpent of Hell is there. So you have Serpent of Hell in that version. But in this version, you have Serpent of Fire. So I guess in the One Piece Scan version, they say Serpent of Hell. But this one, they just say Serpent of Fire. So and now it's servant of hellfire. So they take the hell part of the One Piece scan version, they take the fire part of the TCB updated version to get servant of hellfire. Shrouded the world in death and darkness, and they will never meet. The second world, within the void there was breath, the forest god. Within the void, not world. Within the void there was breath. The forest god tamed demons, and the sun spread the fires of war. So in the other versions, they kind of say where, okay, the god of the forest summoned devils, or the god of the forest set forth its devils. But now it's saying, okay, no, the god of the forest tamed the demons. So it feels like, okay, if you take the tame the demon parts from the Viz Media version, and then you compare that to the TCB version or the One Piece scan versions, in the One Piece scan versions, I mean, I guess you can argue that you get a better sense that, at least in TCB, that these devils already existed, if they're actual literal devils, and then it was able to set them forth throughout the entire world, per se. But it feels more like that'd be devil fruits, no matter what. But either way, I think no matter what, they're all tied to the breath in the void. Within the world, within the void, within the darkness, there was this breath. And then the forest god tamed demons, and the sun spread fires of war. So it feels like there's a conjoining here, no matter what, of there was something in the emptiness, the void, the darkness, right, that was breathing. It had life, breath. And then this affected the forest god to somehow tame, create, or summon demons. And then the sun god, at this point in time, probably Joy Boy, is the one that helped spread the fires of war, right? So Joy Boy was the first pirate, is the one that initiated the war against something, right? Devils like 20 Kings, maybe. That's actually not a bad idea. They could be the 20 Kings. But I feel like the 20 Kings are probably a response to the sun god, rather than say already existing as an entity that would be evil, you know? Those of the half moon dreamed. Those of the moon dreamed. Man killed the sun and became God, and the sea god stormed. They will never meet, and that's that part there, and they never meet. Now, the third world. Within the chaos, there was an emptiness. The inconvenient remnants recall the promised day and hear the voice of the half moon. That feels a lot more like what Imu said about the D clan, how they do not know what they are, but it's still inconvenient as fuck that they're around, essentially, where they're still there. They've lost all their power, but they don't know what they are because that history is lost. Hence the emptiness. So emptiness is a word that I think is interesting that they use here for the Viz version. I do prefer the sort of yet time does not erase memory. I think that's actually more in Locke. So let's say Dr. Hilo Luke's words about how when does someone die when they're forgotten, and how the memory of the sun god still exists despite the efforts of the world government to erase the sun god from existence. People still believe in the sun god Nika, like to this day. And that memory of the sun god is what keeps the sun god ultimately alive. If you're forgotten, then you'd be dead, essentially. One Piece Scans also has that kind of line too, where they say, remember the day of the promise, and they hear the voice of the fragmented moon, right? Either way. So within the chaos there was emptiness. The inconvenient remnants recall their promised day and hear the voice of the half moon. The sun god dances and laughs, guiding the world to its end. So again, a lot of notations. My wallet, goddamn, what's your 100? Damn, I'm gonna get to you soon. Hold on, I'm gonna get to you soon, my wallet. I see you. That's the first time that you dropped a pretty solid donation. Goddamn, son. In terms of what you're actually saying here, it doesn't seem to. Well, you know, I see Sanji there. Never mind, you probably trolled heavy. I'm gonna get you though. The sun god dances and laughs, guiding the world to its end. The sun returns and brings a new morning, and they will surely meet. So the sun is reborn. I'm here dancing. Downward Fun Act. The sun, okay, so the god of the sun dances and laughs, guiding the world to its end. Yeah, so essentially the world is going to end when the sun god appears. That's an important end. But you can see why the Elbathians kind of think that the sun god is either a harbinger of destruction or a savior. Because when the sun god returns, the world is going to end. Quote unquote. Cole, I think you missed this on the read-through, but Saul said in the first two worlds represent the past, and the third world represents the current world, meaning it's going to happen in the future. I mean, that's something I already kind of gathered, but I see what you're saying. And maybe I forgot about, because you know what? I've been so focused on other things about that chapter that I didn't actually go back and read what Saul said specifically. Fair enough. So that we'll have to redo at some point. Because I feel like we're leaving Shamrock out in the water all alone. Like, oh my God, where's my video, guys? Come on, guys, with my video, you know, Cerberus, you know, I feel like that. Normally, that'd be like, you know, 2 videos, like Cerberus, Shamrock, Hellhounds, and nah, Mural, bitch, sorry. So Shamrock has been kind of shafted a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But we're not done yet. There's one more translation I want to get to. Boom. He still has a prophecy? The third world for sure is a prophecy. Yes. The third world part is always a prophecy. It is always prophetic. Yes, it is. But worlds 2 and 1 aren't. They're not, as far as I can tell. Like some folks, like I know some folks said before on Saturday that this whole mural is actually just signs of the future, of what's to come. But I never thought that. I never thought that the entire mural is the future. No, that I do disagree with it heavily, very heavily. That for me is a no. That is a no. Now, before getting any donations, any other comments, this is Arter's version. So Arter, Leber Vahara, Trusted Content Creator, he made his own version of the mural, of the Harley text. And the Harley text say, and I quote, "The first world within the earth, there is flame." Within the earth. So Arter's version co-signs what the Viz Media version says about how within the earth there is flame. People succumb to desire as they seize the forbidden sun. The slaves wished and prayed. The sun god appeared. The earth god grew furious, and with the hell flame serpent enveloped the world in death and darkness. He and they could not meet again. Now, see, that is also something that's like, wait, who is he? This is the first time we have the last part at a he. And they will never meet again. They never meet again. They could not ever meet. Okay, so they could never meet again. It's always they, right? They. And they will never meet. It's always a they. But then now Arter says, and according to him, this is what is it? He says it's the most direct Japanese translation possible, according to what Arter says, all right? This is as possible to Oda's as what Oda's version could possibly say, right? Because things will get lost in translation. But once again, he and they could not meet again. I don't know if that means anything, but at the same time, because like, who was he? There is no he. I mean, I guess you could argue that he could be the Hellflame Serpent. He could be the Sun God. He could be the Earth God. Like, who was he? Who was he? Timothy. Is he Luka Doncic and they, the Mavericks, could not meet again? Shit. He and they. He and they. The second world. Within the nothingness, there is breath. The forest god sent forth devils. The sun only aggravated. That's a weird thing. The forest god sent forth devils. The sun only aggravated the fires of war. Actually, I had to finish reading. The sun only aggravated the fires of war. The people of the half moon had a dream. The people of the moon had a dream. People killed the sun and became gods. The sea god rampaged. He and they could not meet again. So this is more on lockstep with like book number 2 is more on lockstep with like the other books. I mean, with the other translations. I say book, world 2. And then world 3. Within the chaos there is void. The meddlesome, lingering shadow shall remember the day of promise. Once again, more came with the Viz Media translation. The irritating, the annoyance, the meddlesome, lingering shadows of the half moon shall remember the day of promise. They will listen to the voices of the half moon, of the half broken moon. The sun god dances, he laughs, he leads towards the world's end. The sun will return, a new morning will arrive. He and they will surely meet again. Oh, so those are all of the translations that we know of. Arter's version is more in lockstep with the Viz Media version. The TCB version is a lot more ambiguous, honestly. And the One Piece scan version feels like it's more direct. So that's what I'm getting here from a lot of these other versions. So look, there's a lot. I'm not a literary scholar, and to be quite frank, things will always get lost when it comes to the Japanese and English translations, right? Because you can argue that even though Arter's translation is, let's say, the most direct, it's the most accurately, in terms of Japan, it's like the most accurate representation of what will sit in Japan, in Japanese. You can argue that may not even still be the best translation in terms of carrying over to English. You can argue that, right? So, there's a lot. No tier 3, no. What the fuck? I gave you guys too much time. On Friday, I gave you guys a lot of time, all right? I just want to finish this up, okay? And then maybe if I can do another, because I want to do a tier 3. I want to do a stream with other content creators about this thing too. I'm gonna try and do it later in this week. I'm gonna try and get the Red Force podcast in there. I'm gonna try and get if I can Tekking, or maybe I should do let's say do it by the break. I'm not too sure because I've been doing a lot of streams on this one, so not too sure. Get Arter, fuck it, yeah, whatever. I will try and get everybody. I'll try and get everybody I can. Problem is that that's a commitment day, and I don't know what it's gonna be. All right, I don't know what it's gonna be. I do not know. I do not know. The best time to commit to it would be when you have a One Piece break. And I thought about it, I'm like, fuck, I want to do this week, but at the same time, the best time to commit to this stuff would be during a break. That's how normally it goes. So I do want a One Piece chapter break soon. I do. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. But always been on the roll. He's been doing back to back. 4? Man, shit. Him Smoke Sanji, much over 5. Bucks are the minx looking thing at the top with the long hair. Why did Kuma parents buzz his hair? So you think that in the mural, these are the Buccaneers? Huh. But why the tail? I don't see Buccaneers with tails. The problem is that they both have tails. They have tails and they have tails. So, as far as we know, Buccaneers have no tails. It's a clear Sulong. I think it's a Sulong too. But then that may imply that the Sulong minx and the regular minx were at one point in time separated minx. Just so you can argue that, let's say if that's a giant right here and this is an ancient giant, you can argue that. Yeah, fair enough. Hold on, wait. By the way, Cole, no spoiler for next chapter, but there is a break confirmed. Okay. Are we sure? Because if there is a break, then I will do this stream with every next week if I can. Yeah, for sure. Let me see here. I need to find a date. I need to find a date. I'm trying to do this. Next week is Valentine's Day, 14th. I can try doing on the 10th or the 11th next week if I can. After Super Bowl. Yeah. If I can do that with everybody, that'd be great. Maybe next week, Saturday at the latest. Probably. But I do want to spend time talking to everybody. I want to give everyone their time. Probably do a long stream, honestly. Fuck, if I do a stream later this week, I'll be too tight. Fuck! And I don't want to take away from what happens in this chapter from the next chapter. Let's say in the next chapter, Emu rolls on in with a giant fucking UFO, and you have the da-na-na, you have that beat drop. Na-na-na, it's like, oh shit. So the mural matters, but Emu just hopped on in with a goddamn UFO. So, I guess we'll have to take the risk. Monkey D. Lucas, 1 shot of 10. Those above Samurai could be Amazon with Boa Hancock. Those above the Samurai could be Amazon. The Kuja clan? I don't think the Kuja have any. I think that this is probably Alabasta. I don't see how the Kujas, maybe, but they could be somewhere in this pile. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think there's any iconography with the Kuja clan that has this symbol. Whether it be flags, whether it be statues, whether it be, you name it, paintings. I don't think there's anything in Amazon Lily that even indicates the sun at any point in time. Yeah, we see with Alabasta that same symbol, and we see with the Buccaneers that same symbol. But if size matters, which it does, according to many women, if size does matter, the Samurai are pretty big compared to these people. So these folks are probably normal humans. If they're Buccaneers, they'd be a lot larger, right? They'd be a lot larger if they're Buccaneers. They'd be akin to, let's say, Shirahoshi or I guess Poseidon over here. Boom. So, yeah. Has it been 40 minutes? No way. How does this happen, bro? Like, what the? Nah, I'm in some time dilation. There's no way this is real. There's no way this is real. This is some sort of like alternate reality, Wally West, super sped up. Like I'm in somehow, some way. I'm in the Speed Force. I don't know how, but I'm in there. Some shit's off right now. Swear to God. All right, my wallet. Mantra for the 100. Oh, Eric, what the fuck? Hold on, Eric. We think the OG gods are moon aliens. I don't know if they actually are. So I've been cool with the idea that there are things that exist in another plane of existence, and they involve themselves with the planet in some way, but not because of extraterrestrial shit, though that could be the case here. Because there's an idea that, at least in the first world, there appears to be like some sort of flooding event that happens, right? And then the Noark is here for a reason, the first world. And so I think there are probably two floods. One was a first flood that happened because of fighting between the land and the sun, right? And then they had to escape. And then I think some folks escaped with the blue or with the Ark Maxim. So it could be the case here where people that were a part of the first world fled to space to avoid the fight that was going on the planet, and then they wound up being the aliens and also the folks that live on the moon. But not a flood yet. No, I think there was a flood. I think that there were two floods at this point in time. There was a first flood that was caused by the fight between the serpent Hellfire and the sun god. I think that this chicken is the sun god. I think that's, or a sun entity of some kind. That's what I think. I think it represents, it could, like in a more metaphorical sense, represent the otherworldly powers of the forbidden sun. So this is, I think, the forbidden sun, this bird. And then it's fighting against the god of the land or the Hellfire serpent. And in that process, people fled. People fled. They had to survive on the Noah Ark because of the flooding. And then some folks had to flee to the skies or beyond the planet. So the aliens that we see in the NL cover story, they could actually be folks that used to live on the planet, but they fled to space / the moon, and then they adapted to those conditions. So there may not necessarily be aliens, quote unquote, but rather there are people that actually moved to escape, and then they came back down when the moon lost its resources. So, but I can understand why you think that we get that they're actual OG God aliens. Yes, because the only thing that's actually supernatural, you can argue, or maybe not supernatural, but the one thing that's like very, very interesting is that they don't explain. No translation explains the Forbidden Sun. The Forbidden Sun is still unexplained. Where did it come from? Why is it there? Right. So we have an artist version. Within the earth, there's within the earth there is flame. People succumb to desire as they seize the Forbidden Sun. So the sun, quote unquote, the sun, the Forbidden Sun could be the energy of the planet. Actually, you know what? That's interesting. Okay. Now that I think about it, within the earth there is a flame. People succumb to the desire, and they seize when they say seize the Forbidden Sun, within the earth there is fire. Mankind succumb to greed and touch the Forbidden Sun. Okay. This actually may coincide a lot better with the imagery that we see here. Time out. There's an image right here of people going into what seems to be the planet. And then they take these stars, and then these stars go into the city. Okay. Planet hockey mining, if you read Arter's version, and you read the Viz Media version, it actually seems to coincide a lot more with the idea that folks were fucking around with the Forbidden Sun that was inside somewhere in the planet. And then they use that energy for their own purposes. But as a result, this enraged the god of the earth. So in a sense, messing with the Forbidden Sun inside of the planet fucked around, like it messed with the topography of the planet. And then the planet, as a result, because of all these shenanigans that are done to the Forbidden Star in the center of the world, it forced the Red Line's existence in some way. The Red Line is a byproduct of fucking around with the sun inside of the planet. Because the slaves wished and they prayed. The sun god appeared. So they were able to use the Forbidden Sun that they were fucking around with in the planet's core, maybe, or somewhere under the ground somewhere, to make the sun god. No, I think it's the Eternal Flame, not Mother Flame. I think it's Eternal Flame, which supersedes Mother Flame. The earth god grew furious, and with the hellfire serpent enveloped the world. So if you take that more scientific, less supernatural, people were able to find a way to tap into the resources of the Forbidden Star that was under the ground. But as a result of doing that, they messed around with the energies of the planet somehow, which forced the Red Line into existence, potentially. I can read it that way, honestly. If you read it more supernatural, there is some sort of hidden sun somewhere on the planet. And then this hidden sun granted them some sort of abilities or powers, or it granted them their wishes and prayers. Like whatever they wish for and pray for, they actually get. But then that is a unnatural existence which fucked around with the planet too much, and then the planet's own forces, like the god of the planet, right? If you want to call it whatever that could be, tried to counter that shit, and then that's how you get the world that's covered in darkness by the Hellfire Serpent, potentially. Volcanic, what? I was thinking the same thing too about the volcanic eruption, but also you don't necessarily need that. So I think we have. So it's either a volcanic eruption, that's possible for sure, because you're fucking around with the planet in some way by mining this resource. At the same time, I thought about it too. Does it have to be a volcanic eruption, or could it be something more akin to what we see, well, let's say, the Florian Triangle? Because the Florian Triangle is a very similar thing to enveloping the world in darkness, right? It can be broad daylight, but you can't see shit because you're inside the Florian Triangle. And so the idea is that maybe you have a Florian Triangle situation all over the planet. But that would be more in lockstep, let's say pollution, or... Yeah, so it could be pollution, or it could be maybe a volcanic eruption thing. It could be more of like a supernatural thing, or like it's almost like a Castlevania eclipse, right? So there are ways that you can interpret that, but the more literal or the more like the less supernatural ways would be Red Line. When it formed, a lot of shit was happening all over the planet as a result. Volcanic eruptions, sea levels rising constantly all over the place, earthquakes everywhere, all that kind of stuff. And then the darkness may not necessarily be actual darkness. It may not actually be, let's say, a super volcano setting off. And there's ash falling everywhere. No. But in reality, it could be just the darkness is more figurative. More figurative, where it's a time of great chaos and uncertainty. You know? Fuck. But it could be volcano, so I won't deny that. I won't deny that. Let's see here. Let me do... onto for the darkness that fell, but it does not have to be literal too, but the darkness could just be a time period where things were very unstable across the planet. Because when you think about it, it's like, here's why I think it could be more figurative too. If you go over to, let's say, Third World, in Third World, they mentioned the idea of, the world drifts in a void. I mean, are you being literal here or figurative here? Like, does the planet itself drift across space? Yes, it does. Okay, fine. But maybe let's say what they mean by void is the lack of information because of the void century. The void century wiped out a lot of information across the entire planet. And so folks are unaware of their past, their history. Hence, void. Because then that would kind of be more conjoined here with the idea of memory, where folks have forgotten about what happened in the past. Within the chaos, there is a void. The meddlesome lingering shadows shall remember the day of promise. So you can read it in that way too, you argue. So that's why I'm saying, like, a lot of these things could be way more figurative than literal. And that's visually too. Like again, visually, I don't think that we have an actual Toriko Demon King over here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, hold on, but real quick, my wallet. $100 says this. Much of I appreciate it. I see you, dude. I see you. There's a famous Native American story where Coyote steals fire and shows humans how to make fire. I'm probably reaching, but I think Oda's creation story is based more on indigenous influences than Norse. Regardless, the year of Sanji continues. Amen, baby. Amen. Okay. Because I don't know anything about Native American stories like that. I'm not familiar with that culture. But I did say before in my stream that it feels like in a certain sense, like if you think about the idea of like the Forbidden Sun, it feels like there could be something akin to a Dark Souls origin story where you have the existence of the planet that's stone-like dragons rule. You have these giant trees that rule. I think most of the landscape is covered in like these fog, thick, dense fogs. But then there's fire that exists, and the fire is deep underground. And then you have the creation of the furtive pygmy. And then it feels like maybe the sun god Nika could be the furtive pygmy version of One Piece, essentially. That's what it kind of feels like. Because people... What the fuck? Oh no. No, what are you doing, Mike? What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? Ay, 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 ay. Oh, what the fuck happened to this? Okay. All right. Don't worry about it. Don't fucking worry. Okay. I got distracted. Oh, I see my theory on Twitter. You did. Okay, what the fuck you said? You said me. Whoa. Okay, what is this? You call Ancient Theory, One Piece review podcast. This is my theory. Watch it on stream. Is it long? I was about to say.
Now, maybe we'll do it next week. All right?
It's pretty straightforward.
Yo, it better be short. It better be short.
Pretty straightforward.
Everyone gets what's
maybe
going
we can
on.
talk about matchups and shit.
Right.
But we understand the first world. Within the earth, there was a fire. Mankind succumbed to greed and touched the forbidden sun. The enslaved prayed and the sun god appeared. The earth god raged and with the...
Hold on. Come on. Let me do this. I'm gonna do this. This. Do this. Okay.
serpent of hellfire shrouded the world in darkness, in death and darkness, and they will never meet. What do I get from this, Eric?
Go on.
Within the earth, there's a power source, the Forbidden Sun. We see it in the panel. We see it in the mural. People go down into the flames, into the earth, coming out with sun energy.
Right.
Some sort of energy source.
What is it?
Could it be naturally occurring mother flame? Because they say within the earth there is a flame.
The core, perhaps.
The core of the planet.
It does make it seem that way in the Viz version for sure. My only problem is that... Okay, you know, I just thought about something. Because I was going to say before, why is it that we see the stars over here? Why is it the energy that we see over here that folks are carrying out, why is energy also next to the fucking moon? That to me is some weird ass shit. Like, why is that soul shit? But I guess you can argue if there is a sun that's inside of the planet, mother flame inside of the planet, then it could be the power of the stars. Therefore, it would be the same. It'd be like the image itself could be more figurative, or it could be a hint that the stars that we see around in the night sky is the same sort of power that we're seeing folks take. Nuclear fusion, bro. I mean, well, yeah, fair enough. I'm not gonna deny that. Nuclear fusion. But keep in mind that, again, the mother flame is not as good as the eternal flame. Keep that in mind. 1. 2 is that it still doesn't answer why folks are dying. I don't understand. Why are folks with halos over their heads, why are they going down? That's what I thought could be more figurative too, because that has to be answered. Why are people that are dead, halo, why are they going down?
I don't know. So, the enslaved were forced to go down to the earth and get it. I think we could see that from the past. They're going down, they're coming back. You know what I'm saying? Alright?
Halos. They're
They
dead.
prayed to be free, and the sun god was created and appeared. Now, in my mind, this is before Delphi was even made. So it's not the fucking
Yes.
Delphi.
Agreed.
Right? It's a real
Agreed.
god.
Okay.
Alright? The earth god was enraged and pulled up the red line, which of course would cause a massive cataclysm, lava, fire, eruptions.
So they mined too much. This lifted the
Right.
thing
No.
up.
Oh, no.
In my mind,
Were they burning down the forest to mine?
no.
That
Let me-
enraged the
no.
sun, the earth god.
This is what I
Go on.
think happened. Do you remember the three figures in the Anal cover page?
Yes.
There are
Yes,
three
sir.
gods. 3 prominent figures. I believe the forest god, the earth god, and the rain/sea god are all beings from the moon.
Okay.
They came down to Earth and were after the energy source to power their equipment.
Now let me ask you this.
The beings from you mean space? The beings from, I don't know. Because in the NL cover story, there's not necessarily beings, but there's technology that we see. There is this technology that we see that is very, very, very abundant across, well, it was at one point in time very abundant across the moon. But then they lost that shit because the moon lost its resources. Let me see here. Yeah, so the 3 beings, we have the Shandians, Brick, and the Skypians. We have the Automata. And then we have this particular sun entity right here of some kind. And then we have... Yeah, the being... Aren't the... Wait, does he mean just the... Okay, because... Okay, I don't know if he means these beings right here. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if they're beings, because this is like the sun, which could be more prominent with the actual mother flame. You could argue, because I remember we did a cross between this thing and the mother flame, right? I'm almost positive we did that for a long time. No, we did it for like one of these chapters that came out for. Let me see here. It was like a cross between the mother flame and the mother flame container and that particular object. Like that could be mother flame, or it could be the sun. He means those 3 guys. Yeah, those 3 guys. I mean, I don't know if you call them the Skypians, the Shandians, and the Barikan. 3 gods. Would you view them as gods? Yeah, actually, more. Yeah, I view them more as tribes rather than gods. Actual gods. I'm trying to find the fucking... Here it is. This. Yeah. Yeah. We had this. We had this convergence of the mother flame that Vegapunk made, and then the power, or the sun, the sun sort of symbolism that we see over here above the Barikans, the Shandians, and the Skypians. Yeah. So it felt like to me like it was more so akin to energy. But I see what he's saying, though. Because I guess you could argue that maybe actually the Shandians, Skypians, and Barikans, they don't actually represent tribes, but actually they represent gods, or they are deities, where they used to serve, like these automata used to serve deities back in the day. Unless he's talking about this, and this, which maybe one is Uranus, the other one is Pluton, and then this is Poseidon. So you can argue that, so this may not actually represent Earth or the blue sea, but rather it represents Poseidon. This, I don't know what the hell this could be Uranus, Pluton, and then this could be Uranus. That's possible too. I won't deny that. That's been taken for a while as well. So I think that's what he's, oh my God. And it's crashing. It means those guys. Okay. But because of the version that we get from Arter and from Viz, it makes it a lot more literal, where they actually were physically going down there and then they were mining something. That makes it a lot more likely now, based on the official version and the and Artur's version. Yes. Yeah, I will use Brave browser. Just not right now, okay? don't rush a nigga. We will get there. Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Is this going into Oda's fascination with the Anunnaki shit?
100%.
Alien shit.
Ancient alien shit. Of course. Look at the moon. We got fucking ancient tech on it.
Right.
Right? Look at the Arc.
It's true.
Well, look at the Arc Maxim. What powers the Arc Maxim? Electricity.
Yes.
This is ancient tech.
Right.
That's
And
a fact.
they'll need a lightning delta for it to power
So
the Arc Maxim.
are the gods, quote unquote, just actually aliens?
I think these are beings who have absorbed, mastered the Forbidden Sun. They have absorbed the Forbidden Sun.
So yeah, so this kind of coincides with what I said before about how this this bird, I think, is the Forbidden Sun. It either is the Forbidden Sun or it represents the Forbidden Sun in some way. With the powers that are beyond what Earth, remember the unnatural existence that Big Monk said? The powers are unnatural to the planet itself in some way. Whether it be through space means and alien means or other planes of existence means, whatever it is. They're unnatural to the planet in some way, and this bird, I think, represents that. Yes. All right. The sun, so this chicken represents the sun goddess, the Forbidden Sun. It came from down on high and is fighting against the land. This is locked up with the Vegapunk's message about their powers, unnatural existence, while the white star, after Luffy's attack, the chicken is also over the tree, meaning that it could be the breath that stirred in the abyss, aka the Forbidden Sun. Right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
Become gods.
Right.
Having those powers. Because we get into demons later and the powers associated with that. I think they forced humans to go down and grab the energy to fuel them and to fuel whatever tech they have.
Remember, I forgot who said before, but someone said before in the last stream we did on Saturday that the Lunarians could have been the one to actually enforce people to slavery back in the day. So the slave masters were the angels, basically, and then including the Lunarians, all the sky races or something. That's why they represent the. Remember how we notice how everyone in World 1 is a human, or is not. Yeah, everyone in the world is a human except for this one person. This one person has wings. Why? That's unclear. But every person that we see, person, they seem to be regular humans except for this winged person. So the translation that you get from the Viz and Artist version makes it actually a lot more literal in terms of them actually mining for something, because the sun is inside of the world, not the Forbidden Star is located like they reach out towards it. It's very ambiguous in the other versions, but in the Arter version, It's like, actually, no. It's inside. So if it's inside, then they're probably mining for it. Though, how you get the halos, again, I'm not too sure at all. I'm sure. Actually, let me have this one too. The Viz Media version and make the sun is sun is inside the planet. So mining. Yeah. Okay. Do that. I'm gonna take you, I'm gonna shrink you down like this. Okay. But again, mining does not answer the halos at all. The halos are still weird.
Which is on the moon. The Arc Maxims.
The
They
Christian,
fight on the
the
moon.
humans' greed made them get the sun.
They took it from themselves, and that's what enraged
one of the aliens.
the Earth God.
Right.
He did the cataclysm.
So that is
Right. The red line, lava, fire. Of course, that's where the serpent of hell flame
Right.
comes out of the ground. You can imagine the eruptions and the craziness. All right. My theory is that after this cataclysm, the Earth God perishes. Used too much energy to do it.
Right.
And his ancestors
Earth God
are the
dies.
Lunarians. Because they're the gods atop the red line.
Right.
the ancestors of the Earth God are the Lunarians. Not the Force God?
They've got the fucking mother flame on their back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We have beings in the story
Interesting.
with a flame they use to become immortal. How are you saying gods don't exist? What do you think about that?
The Lunarians themselves were considered to be gods. It was called the land of gods. And so they were all descendants, almost like Zeus. They were also, if the god of the land is Zeus, then basically the Lunarians would be other quote-unquote deities from its pantheon?
But are these Christian?
Its
Are
descendants?
these deities or are these spacemen?
Both.
It's probably spacemen.
Yeah.
I just don't buy that. Like, there's like divine creatures.
Well, hold on, because the problem is that, like, again, what he's saying here is actually, like, Christian theory is actually pretty good. Though, okay. In the Viz Media version, it's almost as if like it is all literally happening as it says it is. We don't know why it's happening, but we know that it is happening. The question is, okay, so then now I'm starting to think here. I don't know if the Arc Maxim is if folks actually escaped or not, or is it more or less aliens that came down in the first place because of the Arc Maxim? Hence why, so the lightning bolt itself may not be a road or some kind, but rather it's actually it's a sign of them having the, like with the building, they're also signs of using electricity. They're using electricity because they have the at that point in time the means to do it. So is that why it's also going down beyond Frankie too? So is the star power that they're getting from the forbidden sun in the planet what powers the electricity that they use to fuel the cities across the world? And then that same electricity is what they use for Arc Maxim to leave the planet. Maybe. Or an actual attack? It could be an attack on the land itself. I'm not going to deny that. Yeah, it's possible. Let me see here. Fuck me. This is okay. Okay. I need in the Vismeter version of the city. No. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to adjust these as time goes on, but let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me circle the arc. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Stop. Nope. Okay. I'm going to do ancient pacifistas. Nah. I don't think we get that concept up until Act or World 2. So let me see here. Arc is powered by, and the city is as well. The forbidden sun is likely the power, so as likely the source for them. Okay. And so if this makes more sense now, I suppose you can argue. I was wondering why the stars were near the moon like that. And I still think it could be figure of speech, but I think it also, not figurative, it could be more figurative, but it could be a sign that people were able, like the Lunarians or the ancient winged people or the gods, if you want to call them that, they were able to bring up the resources from the planet to the moon and survive on the moon for a period of time until they had to return back down at some point in the past. The Ark is powered by electricity and the city as well. The Forbidden Sun is likely the power source that they brought with them to the moon. Okay. I'm going to go with that idea. Some things I'll get touched on later on, but for now, I'll just go with that. Okay, let me continue watching Eric's theory. All right, nice cooking. Let me continue a little bit. No. Yes.
In the sky.
Well, there's definitely demons in hell.
Right. And
So why not
there's
divine
spirits
creatures?
and ghosts and shit.
Eric, hell exists. Brooke and Zora have told us hell exists.
How does this?
But yeah.
But again, like, what is hell though? Is hell, or is it another plane of existence that folks maybe actually reach or connect with.
But we know Oda loves his ancient alien shit, Christian.
Make it both.
Okay.
Alright. So my contention is...
Hell is another plane of existence that aliens could also tap into in the past. That's why or I guess maybe deities could, quote unquote deities. Wait, so then wait, hold on. So then, were the Lunarians at odds with the ancient Skypians?
The Earth God did the first cataclysm and perished.
Yes, maybe perished.
Exploding the planet, covering it in ash.
Yeah, that one's guaranteed.
Okay.
Covering in darkness and death.
Yes.
Right.
The Red Line's creation is what caused the world into essentially peril. And yes.
The Sun God's still
Similar
around.
to a Deathwing, Christian.
Yeah, this explodes the fucking planet with his fucking made the Red Line. It killed humanity because they touched the Forbidden Sun.
Okay.
The Sun God Nika is still around at this point. Lives for thousands of years. I don't know. I'm gonna assume thousands of years pass.
That's something that I was wondering too, because I remember I don't know if it's like more of a primordial world. Okay, hold on, time out. So, because I don't want to get into the idea right now, because no, okay. So let me just see here. Let me just see here. So, I think there's things that to cover up, things that to look at again. I don't know if the 19 folks actually matter that much, but I'll just put it here. 19 people shown in the lift. Same number of people, same number of kingdoms as the that made the world government. Okay. There's a lot, man. Fuck. Okay, there's a lot. There's a lot. Okay. Other donations real quick. Josh under 20. I think the hole they go down in the mural is could be Enies Lobby. I mean, Enies Lobby was the gateway to the Forbidden Sun. That could be the One Piece treasure, maybe. Darkfed, much of the two, Planet Hockey Mining. Because I'm thinking there could be another way to get, because I feel like if that's the case, then if Enies Lobby is the key to go down and get the resources of the Forbidden Sun, why the fuck aren't Emu and company doing that as we speak? I feel like Enies Lobby would be the most heavily guarded place on Earth by the Marines and the world government. They would have locked this shit down like you wouldn't believe. And they would have a monopoly on all energy across the entire planet, but they don't. If this hole is actually the Enies Lobby hole, it brings into question 19 other things. I have a new theory. Everyone's new theory. Jules. It's the Mother Flame, Forbidden Flame. Earth God is whomever rule the enslaved people. I think that's possible, for sure, with the Earth God being the one that enslaved the people, yes. Or it could be not necessarily an enslavement thing, but it could be like a natural disaster. Or it could actually be deity. That's the thing, because like, I wonder how Christian tackles the idea of the end of the second world, where they say that the wrath of the sea god was, ushered in when, according to Vegapunk, it's just the sea level's rising, really. So there's no deity involved in that. It's just the angels themselves firing off their weaponry, and then boom. But there is supernatural shit that does exist in the story. That is a fact, because you have, again, Brook and you have Zoro that kind of prove that. As for the Mother Flame, I don't think the Forbidden Sun flame is the mother flame. The mother flame, like I said before a few times now, the mother flame is inferior to the forbidden sun. The forbidden sun is a better power source. Like this thing right here, or maybe that's not it, but whatever they're mining down there, if it actually is mining genuinely, but whatever they're mining down there, that could genuinely be that probably is a better power source. And I guess you can argue that in terms of the mural, the reason why these two are the same is because it just signifies that the power source that they're getting is the same power source as the stars themselves. You can argue that, potentially. But Mother Flame is not comparable to the Forbidden Star. The Forbidden Star is basically like unlimited energy, like genuinely. Where the Mother Flame is phenomenal energy, as far as I understand, but it's nuclear fusion, but it's not the ultimate power source. As if it was, then the Vegapunks would have said as much. But on 2 occasions or 3 occasions, they said that the power source of the ancient kingdom and the technology of the ancient kingdom was better than what they had now. That Ameth was powered by a different power source. Oh, but I think on the right is the people going down are mining the fire with the halo kind of device to extract the fire from a spaceship on the right is being used to send them energy to Moonkind like a Dyson. Wait, hold on, what does that mean? Also, you notice that the 19 people are mining are flaying with one person sitting in the throne, which adds up to 20 kingdoms. Yeah, you can argue that for sure. Sure. But also, okay, that first part's kind of weird. I'm not sure what you mean by that first part. So, like, is the halo part of the mining? Is that what you mean? Like, the halo above their heads is part of the mining equipment? Who was Damien? You got linked up with the Drock show for this mural. Who is that? I do not know. Yes. Okay, so you're saying that. Okay, Obed. So you're saying that the halo is part of the mining equipment. What the fuck could that possibly do? The halo is part of the mining equipment. Let me see. Might not be hail to me. I mean, what else could they possibly be? Is the halo or is it I'm gonna start this because the halo has to be answered to it some way. Okay, so maybe that's what's going on there, where it's not. Is the halo mining equipment, or is there a representation of the number of slaves that died while mining the Forbidden Star? This image I have, it was made to me by my artist, but I'll probably post it online. I want to kind of go over a few things, make sure all my T's are crossed, all my I's are dotted. Well, I'll probably post on Twitter tomorrow. Okay. They're clones? Nah, I'm no clones. I need to shift gears. I may ponder about this, and I will for sure in the future ponder about this more. We need to move worlds. Boom. Okay. We gotta move worlds. It's time. World 2's been waiting for a minute now. But I feel like World 2 is like the simplest one. Like honestly, I'll agree with you. World 2 is easier. But let me start by doing this. Okay, let's just start naming off niggas. A meth. Okay. Ah! Please! All right. A methy poo. A myth. Okay. Let's just fucking a meth. We don't know. To be fair, I think that Frankie could just symbolize Pluton in some way. But yeah, I think Frank could be blocking something, but I'm not too sure if he's blocking anything. All right? Not too sure. Not too sure. Love, the deepest of dives. Yeah, listen, to be fair, I kind of just like on a whim anyway. I was like, okay, let me just try to do something because I really want to just, I thought about, let's say, doing it on my own time. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Nah, let me just stream. Let me just get out there and stream and let me just see what's going on. And it's been fun so far. So I may do this more often for, let's say, my research as I make videos with Theorycraft. You know what? Fuck it. Sulong Mink. I'm not against this idea, even though it's a weird idea. This is a very strange idea. But what else could it be? It's not a buccaneer. Sulong Mink. Mink. I think it's way too redundant to have minks in there twice. But there's nothing else that fits the bill. Unless there's another race of people that Oda has yet to introduce, like the Ratmen, the Splinter Cell group, Splinters, actually all Splinters. Are they Buccaneers for some dumb reason? I have no idea. But I don't see how it's Yamato. Yamato would be a part of the samurai of Wano country. Because, yeah, if the guardian deity, why would the guardian deity of Wano country be separated from Wano country when they're already here? Yamato would be in this camp right here. Yamato would be like literally here, like on this boat. Wano country. Ozu. Ancient giants. Oh, grab it. Yo, grab it. Thank you. Ooh, thank you. Actually, you typed it out for me, which is nice. Tontada. Tone or Totanta. Yes. I was asked how you spell that shit. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's how the nigga wrote it, bro. Listen, doesn't matter. All right. If you guys came here and expect a guide to your spelling, you came to the wrong place. Okay. We are not Harvard. We are not Yale. All right. I went to regular state school. Fuck off. Okay, so this person is going to be mermaid slash fishman. Yeah. Now, to be fair, they could be Poseidon specifically. It's possible because these are probably the Sea Kings. But for now, I'll just put out mermaid slash fishman. Yeah. Oh, wait. Why is there an H there? Okay, let me have it. Hold on. Wait. A fish. Okay. I put the H in the wrong spot. Don't worry about it. We're fine. And then after that, we have Sea Kings. Or Neptunians, as they say in the Viz Media versions. Okay. Like the ultra big daddy mega Sea Kings. Not the small ones, the stupidly huge Sea Kings. All right. Tontada, Wano, Mink. Okay. I think, here's what I think. Okay. I'll be honest with you guys. If there is a chance that there are Buccaneers in this image, it's here. I think there could be a case to be made that the ancient giants were the predominant giant species or offshoot, branch, whatever we'll call it. There may have been more ancient giants than regular giants back during the Heian era. It's possible. So I don't, because the Buccaneers should be in this image somewhere, unless the Buccaneers are represented by this little rat, which is weird as fuck, on the ship, but the ship is more Alabastian. It could be Buccaneers, maybe. So they could be Buccaneers, but I feel like the size matters a lot. And Buccaneers are known for being just huge. And because they're smaller than the Wano Country Samurai, it's probably not Buccaneers. That's my guess, though. Oni Giants? I don't think Oni Giants, maybe they didn't actually, at this point in time, exist. Maybe. It's possible. All right? I think size does matter. Yes, exactly. So, where Kobe at, though? Kobe is fucking gone, my boy. He is nowhere to be seen inside. He is gone. Oh, these right here, Lunarians. Easy. Easy. Cole, what if Joy Boy and the Nika God? What if that Joy Boy and it's the Nika God there? Wait, what do you mean? You mean if it's not? Is that what you mean? I'm confused. Speak. Lunarian. The stars that we see in World 1 are also over here too. Oh, wait, hold on. Hey, do you think it's possible that the stars themselves represent the three ancient weapons? Poseidon, Uranus, and Pluton? Because why is it 3 specifically? If these people were mining the undying flame, and as a result angered the god of the earth, then the gods from on high come down and battle the god of the earth, creates a cataclysm of some kind, and so on and so forth, and yada yada. What if, because there's only, oh fuck, there's one over here. Shit! Well, I guess it's near the tree, so it's not necessarily a big deal. I mean, I don't know, there's one over here, there's one rogue one. I think these 3 are the most prominent ones. Boom, boom, boom. This one's near the tree, so it's a bit smaller, but scuffier. Though, actually, there was a take that Crocodile had that Pluton was in Alabasta, and it's actually in Wano country. So, and it's ironic how this star is like between Alabasta and Wano country, probably Alabasta. Huh. Because I'm thinking that if the star represents the power of the undying flame of the forbidden sun that was used in the times thousands of years ago, hundreds potentially of thousands of years ago, before the void century, then it could be a sign here that they're being used for the power of the undying flame, the power of the forbidden star is also embedded into the ancient weapons in some way, shape, or form. Shirahoshi has some of that power in her. The same would go for Pluton, the same would go for Uranus, maybe. Because again, these 3 are very distinct. They're very distinct. Why? Maybe all the powers meet in Alabasta? What do you mean? Definitely. The picture is missing the rain. Yeah, it is. It is. The rain of the whale is something we don't have this picture. That's true. I'll just add that in there. It's just. There are 15 raindrops that are missing above the whale. There are 15 rain drops missing above the whale in this image. What's to do with Emu holding the sun? I don't think it's Emu. So I know folks want to glaze Emu. Don't get me wrong, all right? But technically, Emu would be on this boat. Technically. Because Emu is a saint of Nirona. Saint Emu of Nirona. Nerona. Corona. Light, of course. Gotta count calories. Let me no. Okay. When you think about Emu's powers, oh yeah, the planet behind the planet with the red line, or with the line with the red. Fuck, the planet behind the moon. Yeah, it's probably missing too, but that's okay. We'll take the hit. I don't think it has much meaning right now, though. I could be wrong, obviously. I really want the planets to matter. I do, but right now I'll leave it for this video's sake, for this stream's sake. I'm a spider. Hold on, time out. Ain't no way. It's fucking. Never mind. Clear. Jesus Christ. Hey, yo, I'm like, please, not now. Ain't no way. It's way too early for you guys to be coming out. It's way too early for y'all to be pulling up. Okay. The Rays do. Okay, so where was I? Let's start. Let's just get the book two for a second, okay? The breath stirred. No, We need the actual good translations. Let me get this out of the way. We got the Christians thing for book 1, at least for world 1. I keep saying book, but it's actually world. But I like saying book because it's like Avatar. The Viz version, right? This is the Viz version? Viz Media? See. The second world, within the void there was breath. The force god tamed the demons, and the sun spread the fires of war. Yes. Those of the half moon dreamed. Those of the moon dreamed. So there's a separation between those of the half moon and those of the moon. And it's done in almost every one of these translations. Why is that the case? Why is there a difference here between the half moon and the moon? Who are the moon? We can guess who the half moons are very easily. Who the fuck are the moons? Is it Lunarians? But we see in the NL cover story that the Lunarians, like it is what it is. There are no black people on the moon. Everyone on the moon is white. All we have are, well, I guess the Shandians are like Native Americans. All you have are Barikans, Shandians, and Skypians, okay? There are no Lunarians on the moon. Zero. No, right, no flames either. No flames either. Zero flames. So, if I don't see a flame on the back, like we do in the picture over here for the Lunarians, but the Lunarians could have been over here in World 1, but at that point in time, they didn't have the flame on their back. That's possible. That's very possible. Nani? Okay, we're good. So I'm thinking people of the, because you know what it is too? Wait, what did they say here? They say that they went back, the Moon City, Bilka, they fled to the Blue Planet in search of resources. So maybe if we coincide, you know, do a little, you know, Trumpian boom. If we coincide the NL cover story with the mural, the people of the moon could have been the Skypians, the Shandians, and the Barikans that lived on the moon that fled the planet during World 1, or were already there to begin with for the reason, right, as actual aliens, but they were hoping that the sun god and his allied forces would win because they would be the people that they'd want to serve and be with, not the asshole niggas like Emu and Company, because they're pricks. So maybe that's why they wanted to, so they dreamed of the success of the allied forces against the forces of darkness. The half moons are the same way. Minks that lived on the moon. Okay. I don't know how we get there, but to be fair, when you view the aliens on the moon, some are very animal-like. Very Danimal-like. Yeah. Like this guy right here is essentially some sort of space weasel. Oh my God. Where is my elongated head tribe? God damn, son. Where my boys at? Out of all the reveals, and Oda refuses to give me the elongated head tribe? Man. Out of all the reveals? Yo. So, I mean, not long has my dude. Now, this is interesting though, because they do have these sort of pressure suits to them, like pressure gauges, and they would like maintain their body. So you have like these weird, I mean, these guys have crazy ass builds, and of course, like leg mass is nowhere in sight, but they have pressure gauges on them. They have these sort of crocodile snouts. What the hell are you? I have no idea. But this old man, this old like little marsupial, are discussing plotting with this space weasel dude, and Usomori all back Sama, his bear fucking face is down there, for fuck's sakes. Crazy builds that make no sense, but I guess that's how you survive in space. Right, Enna fought this dude. This guy is some sort of space rat. Lieutenant Spacey is killed by a space pirate. The merciless space pirate. Divine punishment for the blasphemer, so he just gets annihilated. My man's whole body contorted a crazy ass way after that kick. So all I have to say is that, listen, maybe the Minks did live on the moon at first, and oh my god, and then they came down to the planet. There is a greater theory for the planetary theory that I have that I didn't really touch upon, but the idea is that all of the races come from other planets. So, and this will coincide a lot more with the O'Hara globe, where you have, I think it's 7 worlds or 7 moons that surround the One Piece moon, but we never really see other moons in the night sky. So if they were used, it could have been used for the Red Lion's creation in some way. However, if that's not the case, you can argue, no, time out. What if instead of all that, what if, instead of all that, it was they're just planets in the solar system? So then you argue, okay, if there is, and there clearly is space people and pirates and technology, we see that for sure in the cover story, then maybe the reality of the story is actually all the races came from other planets. So the ancient giants, the Tontada, mermaids, and fishmen, mink, they're all extraterrestrial people. It's not just the Skypians, the Brickens, and the Shandians, but because we see in book 1, there are no other races except for maybe angels. That's it. And then you could argue too that a meth, if you wanted to, could just go up to space and be fine. He would just use his anti-gravity technology, his boots, and just go up there. Because his power source is also ancient kingdom related. The original people of Earth that'd be a crazy plot twist. The original people of Earth may not even be the humans that are day to day. Almost like a Astra lost in space situation, potentially. Where technically, this may not be the original planet that humans come from. That'd be a crazy idea. Where, hey, what if this is actually World 1 is not the planet that they're on right now. Am I gonna put money in that? No. That'd be a crazy idea where in reality, this is not their world. But that's pretty far out there. Cole, you think Goda will explain the Florian Triangle one day? Of course. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Why the whale, though? The whale's weird. Just there. Kind of weird. Whale. 80s. I feel like people with the halos are people who first created the devil fruits, which is why they are presented as losing their halos and coming out up with devil. You think there's devil fruits? I don't think devil fruits existed until you had book 2. But I see what you're saying. Namor's ulting. Could whales fly back then? Well, I guess no, they're probably not flying. Whale tree? I don't know. I think there could be a correlation between the whale and the whale tree, because the whale tree in Zoe, if that's a Sulong mink, then by proximity, do you think they'd be associated in some way? The Sulong mink and the whale/whale tree, potentially. I don't know what that would mean. Really, it's kind of strange. I don't know. And this right here, of course, is the Joy Boy or Nico. The whale saw the poneglyphs before. Whoa. I mean, maybe, or maybe, yeah, maybe what we see in the whale tree is a carcass of a whale that could fly for some weird reason. Like maybe the whale maybe the whale was actually an anti-gravity technology robot. Now, see, now it gets weird. It gets weird. But that's possible. Who this real whale is exactly? No idea. But he could be actually an automaton. Whale that thing, yeah, that thing on top of Zunisha. Because what other, like, does this maybe mean a herd of laboons? Like pod whales, maybe? Weird fucking whale, man. Like, I'm like the whale is weird. The whale is very strange. It's just there. Okay, I'm going to ignore it. What if the mural is upside down? Stop. The mural upside down wouldn't tell us shit. Unless you want to say that actually in reality, the only way that would matter is for this. The only way that matters is because of this guy right here. Where actually it's flipped upside down, and in reality, the power of the stars is inside of the earth itself. And the earth god itself is actually from beyond the stars. Now, that's a crazy fucking play. That's a crazy play. Hold up. I thought about it, and to me, it sounds... I'm not against doing some nutty plays once in a while.